turning back.
All right, welcome back.
Here we are.
We're back at it. We got
Back at
a little special guest here. Riley's making her first appearance on the podcast.
Riley is. We talked about Riley last time, and she's here. She's definitely. She has, in my opinion, shown a little bit more social skills because she barked a little bit, but then she came to me. Right away. I probably see her a lot as much as the kids, right? Like, me. I mean, I've seen her more.
They still bark. Like Ben will come in and they'll still bark. I mean, I think she's still finding like the ease of life here.
Yeah,
but she is highly driven. Like I've noticed, she needs to be worked.
She's go.
Yeah, just go.
You guys did the test, and what is she?
The test came back. She's like 48% Belgian Malinois.
Okay,
20-something% golden retriever of all things.
What the heck?
Yeah. Total random schmattering.
That is random.
There's like, 12% Siberian Husky, like
which might be the Belgian Malinois.
Yeah. I question those tests, how they have you do them and how quickly I did it. Like, I don't know how DNA works. Like, how long does DNA hang around in your mouth if you're playing with those other animals?
Yeah.
I don't know. She's a sweetheart for the most part. She's not. I know not everybody has the same experience with dogs, but
or Belgian Malinois.
Are
we supposed to be red here? I forget.
Yeah,
red there, and that means we're recording.
We're
good. Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she really is. I think she's just settling into her piece. I found the trainer I think we're going to work with.
Oh, good.
Super excited when we can work that out and announce that. We'll make sure that we
give her a shout out.
Give her a shout out because I think that's going to be huge.
Yeah,
for her. I mean, she's pretty well trained. Like this for her is a real treat. I don't let her on my sofa upstairs. I don't let her upstairs
just because of her hair.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of it.
Did you decide if you're allergic to her?
Things have kind of cleared up, so I don't know if I am or not, or if, like maybe just my weakened immune system.
Caused you a little bit of
me a little bit of allergy. So
yeah, you are almost done with week 2.
I'm just started week 3 of round 4.
Wait, you just started?
Sorry, is that what you mean of treatment?
Yeah.
Week 3 started. Started Monday.
You're on week 3.
Yeah, week 3.
You're almost week 3. You're almost hump day.
I know.
Tomorrow's hump day, and then it's the amount of times left is low.
I know I said this earlier and I jinxed myself, but I believe I've taken my last dosage of Atra.
Okay. When?
Monday.
Okay.
Monday night. They cut a lot has happened, right? That's part of the problem with me keeping the schedule. A lot has happened. Like chemically, I've been way unbalanced, right? I earned myself a trip to the social worker's office.
Okay.
In week 2.
Yep. That was last week.
Where they actually cut my Atra dose.
When you say you went there, did they ask you a certain question that they spiked their senses that Tyler may need to be?
Well, I asked for more Ativan, which to me was the best option. Okay. Ativan is a barbiturate. It's Valium, very similar to Valium. It's addictive.
Okay.
But for me, it was the best balance as a rescue, right? I could take up to 3.5 milligrams per day and be good and be within my realm. They prescribed me some on October 6th, so they were a little leery when I asked for more, and I was like, no, listen, do the math and you'll see that you didn't really give me enough. I'm not trying. And
they thought here's an addict looking for more pills.
I mean,
wow.
Who knows? I mean, this system is so big that, and of course the thing is like, okay, we want you to talk to this person. I did have an experience I'm not proud of at Dutch Brothers. It finally just caught up to me and I lost my shit a little bit.
On a worker?
I mean, I wouldn't say so much at a worker as much as just like throwing a tantrum, like a grown-ass man throwing a tantrum over coffee.
Oh, no.
Oh, we hit another restaurant and I grabbed coffee before and I decided this isn't satisfying enough.
So you went to Dutch Brothers?
So we went to Dutch Brothers. I had Bryn and Ben and one of Bryn's friends with me in the car.
Okay.
Order. Leave what I thought was a very generous tip. You know how they have you order and then you kind of pull up to the window.
Oh, yeah.
And I go, I hear you guys have a coffee exchange program where you can throw this away and give me a good one. They didn't think that was funny. They said, "Oh, actually, we can't take anything through the window." And I said, "That's funny because you took my dirty money through the window."
Oh no!
And she's like, "Yeah, it's like." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I just popped the lid and poured it out, like right, not in the window, like not
just on the edge of the corner.
Yeah, just like on the corner. And the poor 16-year-old girl was like, "This is wild." And my daughter's like, "Dad, you're being an asshole." And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of was." It was like. I just,
but the coffee was not what you wanted. It wasn't good.
It was the coffee I got at the other shop. Like I get why she said she can't take it through the window.
I see what you're saying.
I see why they don't want to take my trash to the window, right? But they also don't provide a trash can like right close by. You think that I don't know. I'm justifying my behavior at this point, but
I thought, yeah, you were just being an asshole. That's okay.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Just in a moment.
You're just in a moment.
Well, and you've said that the Atra causes some of those spikes of emotions, right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really have a good name for it until meeting with the social worker and asking them. Like I went in dead set to like, I'm done.
I don't want to do more.
Yeah. They've told me my cancer's gone. Like, I'm done. I'm good. Yeah. I don't need to be punished.
I'm ringing the fucking bell today.
Yeah. And they were like, yeah, okay. But there's also this option as well. And luckily I have the same doctor that I've had consistently, even through my inpatient, and for her privacy, I won't mention her name, but she's an incredibly well-respected person in her space. Okay. And, I think very highly of her, and I feel really grateful that I've had her in my corner, but
okay.
She was very, very, she was willing to take me off completely, and she gave me 3 different options. She said, the only thing I want you to really, I want you to meet with a social worker.
Okay. And we did.
Yeah. And I did. And I told the social worker my story, and I was just like, I was embarrassed. Like, I'm not proud of it.
Sure.
But we all have those moments of weakness. And I hope that whoever that young lady will hopefully never see me in the drive-thru again. But if I do, just know another big tip is coming.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was not me.
Such is life.
Yeah. I had a really interesting experience too. With this is something very similar early in the summer. That's kind of been eating me up.
Go.
I yelled at somebody for walking their dog off the leash. I don't know why. I had all the doors off my Bronco, and I'm like, I'm in the most like noticeable car. Like I don't drive like a sleeper. Like oh, that's Tyler right there. Like you take the doors and roof off, and it's even all that more noticeable. And I like been eating myself up because I recognized the dog of a lady in my neighborhood who I know has just gone through a divorce.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, did I just yell at this woman about her dumb dog when I don't even care? Like I don't care if she's off the leash or on the leash. Or
do you remember what you said?
I said, put your dog on an effing leash.
Oh, what'd she say?
Well, it wasn't her.
Oh.
But the response was, go fuck yourself.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah. And, of course I responded.
Oh, yeah.
And luckily it wasn't her. It was her ex. But I saw her at the ice rink.
Okay.
And I was finally like, this is great. I can actually like apologize. And I totally went up to her and apologized. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I've been on these meds. It's really messed with me. It's eaten me up all summer that I shouted at this person. I go, I don't think it was you, but was it? On the off chance it wasn't? She goes, well, actually, funny that you bring that up. It was my kid's father, is how she put it. And I said, enough said. I have one of those as well. Maybe he deserved it. And we both kind of laughed. And it was just an opportunity to like repair, which felt good because that's been the problem all along, right? When you should be doing better,
sure,
but you're not.
Yeah. Swallowing that pride and admitting wrong is not it's not like we're built for that. Right?
No.
Well, and a lot of that comes with ego and pride,
right?
Getting in the way of like, I think I've said this before that I'm not a good apologizer.
Yeah.
Like I don't usually say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I usually am like, I'm sorry you made me do that to you.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of guy, narcissistic in that way.
Yeah.
Like ghost you or what they call that, gaslight you.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to get better at apologizing quickly, showing a little bit more restraint. in those moments of, there's lots of times when I think of funny things to say or like kind of douchey things to do, you know?
Yeah.
And then like going, okay, don't do it. And I'm really proud of myself when I don't.
Right.
I still might be a little proud of myself when I do. You know?
It does feel good. It does feel good.
Just every once in a while. Fuck you.
Yeah, when you got one of those loaded up. When you got one of those loaded up, I bet that guy was walking so high.
Yeah.
And I slinked off feeling bad. And I did feel bad. I don't want any beef with my neighbors. Sure. I don't care if they're walking their dogs.
Yeah. And like you said, I mean, you know, you give grace to people, but also give grace to yourself in the fact that like, it's just not, you know, your chemical. It might not even be Tyler.
Yeah, no, I was.
It might be, you know, it might be, who's the guy off of who's Tyler's alter ego on Fight Club?
Tyler Durden. It was the unnamed author.
The unnamed author.
Yeah, the unnamed author.
Just have a little bit of an alter ego that you know that maybe burns a little bit of soap into you, and you don't even know.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
It's kind of one of those things that you're going through right now, honestly, if you think about it. Like, it's just, there's times when it's like, may not be you. It may be just the chemicals or just, you know, the alter ego.
Well, it was such a staggering difference from the week before, right? 100 milligrams a day. Then to go to 50 milligrams a day. Like, it was night and day difference. Like, after she told me that, like, I didn't need the Ativan anymore. I wasn't as anxious anymore. I didn't feel this like it's been pretty doable. So
you have the rest of this week. Then next week.
The 7th.
That's it.
7th is my new birthday. November 7th.
That's the day.
That's the day.
That's the day of when you can ring the. Is that when you ring the bell then? So the 7th? You will ring the bell the 7th?
I will ring the bell the 7th. I'm torn what to do. Like, do I ring the bell in Park City or do I go back down to LDS?
Do you do it at both?
I mean, I might do it at both. The problem is I only go to LDS on Monday.
So do you're in Park City on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
What time is your last treatment?
It'll be in the morning.
Really?
Yep. I've already scheduled my when my port's coming out.
Wow. When does your port come out?
I believe it's 17th of November. Like right that Monday before Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Yeah.
So do you then is it then you can kind of get back to the normalcy when your port is out?
Yeah. I feel like I will be able to. I mean, I'm hoping that like even going into this last week, I feel a little bit better. The other strange thing that happened is all of a sudden the pharmacist has now said I can go from, instead of taking the arsenic over 2 hours, they can do it in 1 hour. And I'm like, well, that's 80 hours of my life I want back. Like, you know.
So you do it in an hour. You're in an hour. You're in and out.
Yeah. I mean,
is it a lower dose?
No, same dose.
Whoa.
Same dose. And I can definitely tell the difference.
You can feel like fucking like fuel burn, like fuel in your body, like going.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah. You get done and you just I feel drugged.
Oh, really?
I feel drugged.
Can you taste it? Like when it goes into the port, do you taste it because it's into your bloodstream or no?
No, not like I would. Like they have like they have these syringes full of saline that they'll use to like clear.
I got this funny thing in my mind. Go ahead.
Well, I want to hear it. Like it's called a flush, but I can taste those. I can taste those and I can smell those. And when I had my PICC line in, I could hear them. It was weird.
About, you know, you've heard the thing, if you put stuff on your balls, you can taste it. Have you heard this before?
I've never heard this.
I've heard that, like, if you like put something on your nuts, you'll taste it.
I'm gonna try that.
I wonder if it's true. Like if I just like, you know, if you put like something like cherries, like cherry, something that's like kind of strong, you know, like not. I don't want to put jalapenos or peppermint on my balls, but all of a sudden you're like
cherry chapstick.
I taste it. Yeah, but I've heard this story that you can put it on your balls and you taste it and you taste it. I don't know if it's true or not. Wild. If it's just I'm gonna urban legend.
I'll do some research. I'm feeling kind of dry down there. Maybe I need to experiment with some different lotions.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's coconut.
Yeah. Right.
I wonder if that's true. Sorry, I was.
No, don't be
as
sorry.
Soon as we talked about that, I was like,
the impetus of the podcast, right? It's the man. It's the extension of the man show, right? Sometimes we ask questions.
Where am I thinking? When you were talking, I was like, what am I thinking about that? I was like, that you could taste things, and I was like, oh, it's on my balls. That was a conversation that I had with somebody at work.
That's funny. Speaking of work, it's still happening for you.
It is happening for me,
but it's not happening for you,
bro. So I had made the decision a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago. I was like, I think I'm just going to retire.
Yeah.
And I hadn't really said it. I hadn't said it out loud, but I kind of I've been really setting the seed in Misty that I was going to retire. Not being paid, still going to work every day kind of helps that along of I'm over this shit, man.
Is it safe to say, is it safe to clarify for the listeners what you do and why?
So I am an air traffic controller.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know. I mean,
most of the listeners know, but
most of the listeners know,
sometimes you pick up that new listener every episode.
Yeah, no, I'm an air traffic controller, and I've done it my entire adult life, 19 years till now. I was 19 years old when I started. To now, I'm 47. So it's about 30 years. 29 years is what I'll finish up with.
Yeah. Not your first government shutdown.
Not my first government shutdown. Not my second government shutdown. Not third. Not my fourth. It's a lot. Most of the time there's a CR, which is a continuing resolution, which just means that they can't come to an agreement, but they're at least going to say, let's fund the government because people need to get paid. Plus, you don't want that on your conscience that people aren't getting paid.
Yeah.
The first time it happened was with Trump, where, I can remember being 30 days, 2 paychecks. And you're like, man, we have savings, but it's not like, you see that savings go kind of dwindle, right?
Yeah.
And what happened is then they give you a check of just a straight 80 just to get money into your account. And, we're going to get you square in the next couple of paychecks. It doesn't happen. They don't square you away. I mean, there's lots of times that people are losing. I mean, it's $200 or $300, which in intents and purposes is not that much, but it's not like they compound it either, right? Like everything, if you get a paycheck, there's compound to it, right? It should be compound, interest. That's
the thing that really pisses me off about our government, because guaranteed that $200 or $300, if that were owed to the IRS,
and it would be interesting.
They'd come fuck up your life for it.
And they'd be interested.
There'd be interest.
They'd add interest to it. Yeah. And I always tell people, okay, let's say I don't pay my bills,
mm-hmm.
right? I don't want to pay my bills.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay my car payment today.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to fucking, really? Are they going to let me not go without not paying? No. So we can float ourselves for a little while. We pay our bills, and you call your bill collectors and you tell them, hey, I'm part of the government, just so you know, things could get pretty tight around here,
Mm-hmm.
Luckily it's just Misty and I, but there's a lot of people in my job that, man, are young and
mm-hmm.
young guys, and they're just not prepared for this. I had talked to, so in my job, if you're in the training department,
mm-hmm.
it's so outsourced out to a private company. And so in my mind, I was like, what if I just talk to them about working for them part-time while my paychecks, while my retirement starts up. And then maybe if it's this is kind of nice to have a little bit of extra money, just work a couple of extra days a week. And then I'm not fully retired, and Misty doesn't feel like I'm, not going to be bringing any money in. So that's kind of what I decided. And then I talked to my union guy because, in my job and in my career field, we bid what they call RDOs, which is your regular days off, which is so you work 5 days, have 2 days off. Your RDOs is that 2 days, which is just your weekend, is what it means. Right. But we also bid our annual leave a year in advance.
Wow.
So we bid our annual leave for next year, but you have to know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So we're in the middle of negotiations. It's not going very well, and I just was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done. I told my union guy, I was like, look, man, I'm pretty sure I'm going to retire. And they're like, man, they all knew that I could retire, but they were like, he ain't retiring. Kind of just let him believe that, because I didn't want to mess up the negotiations. You want to have as many people as possible on the schedule. But if I, one person off the schedule, it changes the dynamics of the whole facility. So he knew, I told my best friend who I work with, and then just randomly another guy there, I was just in a moment and I was just needed to tell somebody. I was like, dude, I'm retired. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I told you because I know you're not going to tell anybody, and then they come to terms with negotiations. Misty and I talk a lot. It's back and forth. I have all these emotional drops and all these emotionals, like, what the fuck am I doing? God, what am I doing? Is this the right call? Talk to my mom, my in-laws, my boys. I talked to you. I talked to other people where I was like, look, man, like, I'm going to do this just to get it out of my chest and get it out of my head. And not one single person said, do you know what you're doing? Like, you should think about this. Everybody was like, fuck yeah, you should retire. Yeah. Fuck yeah, you should. Yeah. And then Sunday, they start, it's called bidding, but it goes out of seniority. You bid your days off, and I skipped, which I knew everybody was going to know at that moment that I was retiring. And I got so many calls and so many text messages of people like, man, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. So January 8th is my last official day of air traffic control. Damn. My last day. So that's 60. I have 65 days left of work. Yeah. 66 days of work.
Yeah. Of which, if the government never starts back up,
I'm working.
You're working here regardless.
But I'm not getting paid.
Yeah.
So right now, we're not getting paid, which just means, you see zeros in your pink. You see a checking account. You see your check, and it has zeros.
Yeah, that's
all the way across the board. We did some, they did some leafleting today at the airport just to kind of get our names out there that, hey, this is happening.
Yeah, why hasn't there been a bid to privatize?
There is.
Every
year. Usually it would be so hard to transfer all of everything. Like, a company would have to have a lot of money and a very deep pockets.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they want that kind of, like, man, if things don't go the way it's not like the airlines get they get blamed.
No.
Right now we have frequencies, we talk to airplanes on frequencies, and there's so many going out, and it's the government, right? People can be like, oh, it's the government. But if it's a company and, you're traded and all that stuff, and people start being like, man, Delta, you didn't get me to my flights on time. I'm going to go with American Airlines, but Delta is the only one that can be the air carrier. There's just so many dynamics, so it just never has come to fruition. I've often thought privatization would be a better suit for air traffic control. Just because you could have a little bit more ability to check and balance. Yeah, because there's no checks and balances,
which is wild, because that's kind of the whole reason the government was set up, was to protect the interest of the people. Yeah, and I watched do you ever watch John Oliver?
No.
There's not a whole lot of reasons to watch him. I think his news is.
Was that the one you told me about, the air traffic controllers?
Yeah, the air traffic controller guys. It paints a picture of a not like the best working environment.
Yeah, there are facilities that are probably not that good.
Yeah.
There's some facilities, man, that are like, the facility itself is like 40, 50, 60 years old. Wow. So you're talking about asbestos?
Oh, wow.
You have asbestos in the stairwell. You have like these other things, like archaic.
Nobody wants to go to those cities anyway.
No. No. Like, if you work in Oakland at an FAA facility, you are driving to Oakland, and it is like gated, high gated, and you do not stop at the stoplights that are prior around those facilities, because it's super crime ridden, I've heard. And there's facilities like that all over the place. Where you're like, you're probably not safe. You're probably safe inside the building, but as soon as you leave, you're probably got to be pretty careful.
Yeah. I remember the first time I landed in Detroit, before Detroit rebuilt their airport.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, there were people sleeping in the freaking bathrooms. Yeah. There were homeless people sleeping in the bathrooms, and it smelled like Nobody was taking care of it. And I get it. I mean, I have a small slice into that working for Park City, right? Like you see kind of the bureaucracy of the government on a small level, right? Working with a local government. I can only imagine that kind of pain is compounded.
Yeah. Where my facility itself, the people that I work with are great. And I've told people this, like Friday, I was super emotional. I had committed. Misty and I talked. She was cool about it. And I told everybody, and I was like, I'm retiring. And then I got really emotional. Because I was like, man, I'm gonna not see my friends every day. My social circle at work is so cool, such fun group of people that I work around, and we've been working together for like 10 same people.
Yeah.
One of my best friends that I've known since I was 13 years old. We work together.
Wow.
We see each other every day. Not that we wouldn't see each other anyway. I mean, we're pretty related. But at the same time, it's like, man, I'm not going to be seeing those guys every day.
Yeah.
And then you wonder, what am I going to miss? What's going to happen? Holy crap. Life can change overnight, right? I mean, one of our friends just Friday called me and said that he was on his way to a heart surgery because he had full blockage, and he literally could have fell down and died at any moment. And it's like, whoa, like that brings life into perspective, right? Because the one commodity we always talk about that you don't have is time.
Yeah.
It's not like you can make more time.
Right.
You can't create more time. You can't get more time. You can, lighten up your day to get more time, but you'll probably fill it with a bunch of more stuff, a bunch of more bullshit, right?
Right.
Time is the one thing that you're just not guaranteed to have.
Yeah.
And so that played a lot into my decision to just, go and see what happens.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work part-time. I'm going to, for the most of the month of February, part of the month of February, will be in Mexico for, 16, 17 days, which will be nice. All praying that we get paid. That will help.
Yeah.
That will help. And then see what happens. I'm going to really see what happens.
That's
I'm
awesome.
kind of excited.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
I'd be so stoked, right?
Yeah.
To be in your position. I mean, I think you've done a lot of good work. We've, obviously I've got the opportunity to see and meet Jeremy, and, people rave about what you do. And I can imagine like what a huge shift, especially in the context of like manhood, right? Like it's so often we tie our worth to what we do.
Agreed.
And how we make money.
I was talking to a guy who's part of our men's group, and he was an air traffic controller, and he was taking this role of like big brother and kind of like giving me, he's like, I don't want to discourage you. He's like, but you're going to forget within a couple weeks that you were an air traffic controller.
Yeah.
And I listened to him, but I also told him, I was like, well, I honestly don't identify myself as an air traffic controller. But I work with a ton of guys who the first thing that they'll tell you is that they're an air traffic controller. They'll give you their life story about air traffic control because, like you said, they identify that. That's such a big part of their life. I personally don't, just because there's so many other things that I do, right?
Right.
I'd rather be like, oh, he's a good dude. He's he does a lot for his community. He works with children. He's he does a lot of things. That's what I would personally be proud to be known for. But he was like, he was saying that he struggled because he didn't have that social thing that you're used to for 29 years of your life, right? Going and having coffee with your friends sitting on position, and you're talking about your life. And I mean, I spend 10 hours, 5-6 days a week. Yeah. That adds up after a while. I don't spend that much time with Misty.
They're as much your family as, as
sure.
Trip and Misty, for sure.
For sure. And it goes back to, what like some people like Corey Bryan, when you talk to him, he's like, you need to do stuff like this that scares the shit out of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That puts your senses, your spider senses of like, I'm not going to fail either.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My bank account may take a spike or something, but I'm not going to fail. I'm not going to go back with my tail between my legs and be like, please hire me back. No, I'm going to do whatever I can to make this work.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's something that men should do is put yourself in a position where you're like, I'm going to survive and I'm going to thrive and I'm not going to fail or fall. And it won't last if I do.
Yeah. That's I think that's the case of the performant. Like, have you heard of like the performance male, the performative male? Mm-hmm. Like the man that's a feminist.
Yeah.
And it's all just a performance.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I think you're absolutely right. It probably stems from not challenging ourselves.
Yeah.
Not disassociating from that fear.
Well, how many times do you're so comfortable that you're like, I'm not changing this, right? I mean, guys I've known to wear the same underwear for years, right? I mean,
literally falls apart.
I have pants and I've had shoes since like 20, 30 years because I'm like, man, this shit is comfortable.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you do get comfortable and we don't put ourselves out there. Now, you and I have this amazing, we talk about all the time, jiu-jitsu that challenges you to be a better person and to not settle because you'll get crushed, by people. And it does surround you. Our network of men now are all these walks of life who encourage you to be better, to be a better man.
Yeah.
Right. But I think sometimes like you get so comfortable that even maybe your spouse or your significant other is like,
yeah.
You're boring.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you're like, yeah, but look at how comfortable our life is.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, there's no excitement. And you're like, oh yeah, damn it.
Yeah. You forget about that part. Yeah.
Yeah. Forget about it. And then maybe don't have the wherewithal or the gumption to change it. Because you're like,
okay, go ahead.
What if everything changes?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the fear, right? Like our brains, I think we're change adverse. We prefer comfort, right? We prefer to not like our brain prefers predictability.
Sure.
Right. So I think that's reasonable to say like, oh, that change is hard. We don't do change well on our own.
Yeah. Well, I wonder why, like, especially like our generation is probably the last generation of guys that, would be willing to go to war.
Right.
For things. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like my dad, they seen war.
Yeah.
His dad, they seen war.
Yeah.
It's part of their life.
Yeah.
You're okay. Time to go fight.
Do you know Colonel Hackworth?
Uh-huh.
He was super famous. I mean, served in World War II, served in Korea, served in Vietnam, then kind of becomes a reporter. But he changes in the 90s. He starts tearing apart the military. He's like, why are we doing this? Like, have we not learned anything from our failures?
Yeah.
He's actually teaches some really interesting lessons on leadership. And he talks directly about this. We're not, because he's talking at a time when Bill Clinton's president, the Gulf War is about to start. He's like, he was from the inside. He goes, we're hiring all of these new positions and we're specifically making them women friendly. Meanwhile, we have all these people that are not combat certified. They have asthma. They have bad knees or bad eyesight. They can't go to combat. They're combat ineffective. Why are we holding on to this? Why are we holding on to this fat and creating new positions through this new, nuclear submarine that has very little utility when our last few wars have been on the ground, human to human contacts.
Right.
And this is coming from the 90s perspective.
Right.
I wonder what he passed, I think in 2005, just after we got into Iraq the second time, because he was not satisfied with what we did.
Yeah.
The first time driving Saddam out, he thought it was silly we didn't go after him and finish it. But I'd be interested to know kind of what his take is on military preparedness now.
No, I can assure you it's not there.
Yeah.
I can assure you that we are not prepared for war.
Yeah.
Truth be told, though, like I tell people all the time, we're in war.
Right.
We are in a sort of a civil war. We just do it. We talked about this last time.
Yeah.
We do it on the internet. We do it fighting, like bickering when you're watching the news and you're like, that's bullshit. And you're screaming at the TV
right.
about something that it's on the news. So it's probably 95% embellished or bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
Manufactured to sell more ratings for Tide or whatever, whoever the sponsor is for that hour.
How often on your feed do you see something that you're like, I agree with that?
Right?
Most of the time you see on your feed, you're like, fuck, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'll be sitting at home and I'll be thinking of something, pull up the internet, and it's right there what I was thinking of. And I'm like,
oh,
how
damn.
the fuck? Bro, it's like they got a chip inside of me.
Yeah.
But I can assure you, we're not ready for war. None of our boys are ready for war.
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast yesterday where it was talking about like he was a hitman hitman for the Gambino crime family.
Oh, geez. And
he was like, from the time I was 3 years old, my dad told me that I was going to go fight. That my job was to fight. My job was to fight. I was supposed to fight. And I had this in my mind, like, okay, time to fight. And he's like, when you're a kid, 12, 13 years old, you're at the little league baseball field with this baseball bat, and you don't realize that 6 months later, you're going to be using that baseball bat on a human skull. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
But he's like, I was able to compartmentalize that was my job. This is what I'm supposed to do. My dad told me that that's what I was put on this earth to do, right?
Yeah.
And I think like my grandpa and my dad and those guys that were like, this is part of your life. You're supposed to go fight.
Yeah.
You're going to go fight. You're supposed to defend your country. You're supposed to defend the honor of the country, right? And now you don't have that where people want to defend the honor.
Right.
It's not like you're going to defend the honor of the country because you may not believe in the diatribes or the shit that they sell you, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, in my mind, it's like, that's not.
Or you take such a political stance against somebody that, for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
There's a million reasons not to like President Trump.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Pick one.
Right. And then to join our military and say, or not to join our military, or just make that the decision why you don't, join the military. It's unfortunate, right? Because those that take up the call, they what's the saying? They actually are there to defend.
Call to arms, call to duty. Yeah.
To both foreign and domestic, right?
I tell people all the time. Yeah, I tell my boys all the time, like, when you sign that, in our household, you may not agree with what the president, whoever that is,
mm-hmm.
is doing, saying, beliefs. You may not believe it, right? But in our household, we practice and we preach that you will respect him.
Yep.
Because he's the commander in chief.
Yep.
Right. You don't have to agree with him, but you will respect him, and you won't take a negative tone about it, right? Because one, I served in the military. My dad, my grandpa,
mm-hmm.
my son serves in the military, and he doesn't get a choice. He protects whoever the commander in chief tell him to go protect, right? And you may not agree with it, but you protect them, right? And not every household has that same belief.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how many times I get mad when I see somebody with the American flag on the back of their pickup truck or
mm-hmm.
hanging off the back of their pickup truck. I don't care that you have it there. It's just not supposed to be worn or tethered. Mm-hmm. It's not supposed to look worn or tethered. If it's worn or tethered, you're supposed to replace it. So you don't purposely put it on the truck and then have it like hang in the rain or hang like there's the way the flag is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the highest point, right? The American flag is supposed to be the highest point. And so you put it on your truck, or you put it like, I've seen people like put it on their, like hanging off the back of their truck and just drag it on the ground. And I'm like, that to me is the same thing as you burning it.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times it's these people with the Trump flag next to it. And it's like, in my eyes, you're saying that the Trump flag and the American flag are equal.
Yeah.
Right. And that's not the case. Mm-mm. And I don't know if and then I think to myself, well, that's because your dad never told you that. Your dad never corrected you and been like, that's bullshit. And then take that shit down. And that's not the way you do that with something that was cherished so much.
Yeah. It's sad to kind of see the loss of nationalistic bonds, right? Like we used to have so much pride in, coming from like even even when I would come out here and visit my cousins in Utah from Colorado, I had so much pride.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm from Colorado. I'm not from Utah, right? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You have those little bit of nationalistic bonds. Now that I'm here, I'm like, yeah, I'm from Utah. Like,
sure.
You know what I mean? We just don't have those nationalistic bonds anymore.
Yeah, and I think sometimes we're not taught these lessons in school because people get nervous about what they're teaching, or you may have somebody gets offended by what you're teaching.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were kids, we said the Pledge of Allegiance, and we said one under God, indivisible. Right?
Yep.
We said that.
Yeah,
I remember every day saying the Pledge of Allegiance every day.
I remember it was probably about high school when they stopped doing it for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was a subtle kind of like rinse out of church not church, excuse me, education and state.
Yeah. I don't think that even like little kids anymore probably don't say the Pledge of Allegiance, right?
I'd be interested to come to your class on Thursday and ask them which of the kids in your class on Thursday know.
I wonder if they know
the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, and in Park City, it's sometimes super progressive with things, right? And they probably could be like, hey, we don't want to talk about that. Be careful, It's like, no, I don't practice that shit.
Yeah.
You're
in the wrong academy. Gracie Barra's over there.
Yeah. I say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
I know, in wrestling, we say the pledge, if somebody's there not to sing, then we say the Pledge of Allegiance. We say it to the flag. Sometimes people don't even know to look at the flag, or if there's no flag, they don't know which way to look.
Yeah.
But it's fine. One time I was at a wrestling tournament, and there was no flag, but there was a little tiny flag poster. It was like up in like one of the little corners, and everybody's like, "What do we look?" And I was like, "Oh, there's a flag right there." And so I was like, "Oh, let's just all look at that flag there." And you should have seen everybody like looking. They're like, "Where is it?" And I was like, "Oh, it's right there." Like, oh, and everybody's like pointed, but like sheep. Eventually, people start to look. Taking your hat off when the national anthem is being sung. I don't know how many times I've said, "Hey, take your hat off" to somebody, and it's like, how do you not know that?
Yeah, I mean that's a big deal for us in lacrosse too. You take your helmets off, you take your hats off.
Take your hats off. Yeah,
we always do the Pledge of Allegiance. We were doing land acknowledgement ceremonies for a while.
What's that?
Well, so lacrosse in and of itself was a native game. It was invented by the indigenous people of Americas.
Yeah, Indians.
And Canada. Yeah. It was the French Catholic priests kind of came in and organized it into a sport.
Oh.
And so like reaching back out to like the Iroquois tribes, and out of respect to them, we started doing land acknowledgement.
So what would you do?
They typically would bring in somebody from one of the local tribes and just acknowledge that, this is where the land came from.
That's badass.
Yeah. It's cool in some concepts. It's in others, like you kind of have to question like, well, was this land taken from them, or like,
yeah, I can see that.
Was it like just poorly defended?
Yeah.
And I mean, I have a tender spot in my heart for, Native Americans. I got what I got from my mission was the opportunity to serve amongst Native tribes. And I certainly understand how Manifest Destiny, kind of screwed them over, especially as we've reviewed some of the books and literature that we've reviewed and had some of the conversations. I attach to that kind of connection between nature and spirit.
Okay.
And so for me, that's like, I find some peace there. So, but I know for a lot of people that it's like, oh, come on, we're doing this. Like,
I know. I don't like that when, because you can see when people are like, roll their eyes, and you're like, I can help you with those eyes.
Yeah. Right. Right. Speaking of eyes, did you watch any of the fights this last weekend? Did you see
watched. So no, what happened is, I was going through everything with retirement, and then we needed to get my yard done on Saturday. So we spent, Misty and my sister and Abby ran the Halloween 5K down in Orem. And then I got home, and me and Trip got down on my yard. And at that time, I was planning to watch the fights at night.
Yeah.
And then I got a text message that said, hey, the fights are on right now? And I was like, I did not know the fights are on right now. And I'm so busy, I can't get to the fights, right?
Yeah.
And then then Trip texted me and said, the fight's already over, freaking a disqualification or whatever they call it, no contest or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I looked at the pictures and I was like, dude, that dude's fingers are at least 2.5 pads in his eyes.
Yeah. You got a solid full knuckle in there.
Could you imagine? I've been poked in the eye so bad one time that I was like, I thought for sure.
Yeah.
That I was blind.
Yeah.
It hurts so bad.
It's not great.
And the UFC fingers, I mean, like there's so many other glove options that make your hands curved so that you can make a fist, but they don't open and do this. That's the problem, is people have much.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that say that Cyril Gagne is one of those guys where, to keep distance, he opens his hands as a distance maker. But I mean, imagine coming at me full force. My fingers are going.
Well, it's a little bit different to be like this than to be like, we're taught when we do self-defense, our hands are up.
Hands are up.
Kind of fingers.
Well, and these guys are reaching to gauge distance, to manage distance, but their fingers are going like that. And there's a lot of times people have used it to their advantage of, I always put my hand like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
I watched some Stooges.
Yeah, you can't get your fingers in there.
Yuck.
Yeah, that was a nasty. I think that there's some people that are just cheaters.
Yeah.
I don't think Cyril Gagne is. I don't think he's a purposeful cheater, but I think he is like
an opportunist. An opportunist.
Because at some point you go, just close your fist, buddy.
Yeah.
No more of this. Make your hands go like that.
Yeah. You think different gloves are the way to go?
Different gloves are the ways to go. There's the guy that he was Donald Cerrone's coach, I think is who it is, out of that fight camp. But he has the gloves that cover your hands, and they make your hands do this so that you can't open them, and it instantly is able to make a fist. Yeah, I think so.
Would that impact, do you think, the grappling side of?
No,
I don't think so. I'm trying to think of situations, and
you can still grab. I guess this is not attached, so you're able to grab. It's like this, so you're able to grab. It's just a padding over your fingers so that you can't do this. It makes you do this. It makes your fingers do that, so you're still able to grab. I don't think so. Man, the UFC is going away from grappling anyways. They don't want you to grapple. They want you to punch.
Wow, yeah.
Freaking suckers.
Yeah.
Grapplers. Get you to the ground,
it's not mixed martial arts anymore.
Yeah.
It's Muay Thai and boxing.
Yeah, and who's the most unbelievable striker? Because that's what sells, right?
Well, yeah, that's what all the bonuses are for.
Yeah. I'm there to watch another person dominate another person.
Yeah.
I had a funny thing today. I heard that during one of the day classes, somebody asked Professor, how do I stop Danny from smother tapping me with his beard? And Mike said, well, at that moment you're in prison. And he says, in prison, sometimes you just can't stop what's going to happen to you.
I would have paid money to be there for that.
I would have too. They told me that story and I laughed because I know who it is and I do it all the time because I know he hates it, and I'm like probably half the size of this person.
Yeah.
But they can't stop it from happening. I was telling Corey Bryan and he's like, Danny, you need Jesus in your life because I don't know how you get so happy about that. And I was like, dude, it's so funny.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. So now we're going to wrap up this chemo.
Wrap up the treatment.
Will it have been under a year?
Yeah. March, what is it, March 11th through November 7th.
Okay.
will be my full treatment time. Then I'll do blood tests monthly.
Wow.
I don't know why monthly.
We're wrapping this up, and then you've got to hit the fucking ground running, because
I do.
What weight do you plan to fight at?
I'd like to be at 185. Yeah. I will be having no Christmas dinner. I'll be having no Thanksgiving dinner unless it comes.
You're like wrestlers.
A lean cuisine.
Yeah, you're like wrestlers.
Yeah. Honestly, no, this is something that needs to happen for me. I think I was a little bit aggressive in my goal to cut, but I don't think it's impossible.
Right.
4 months to cut, close to 25 pounds. The biggest thing is, can I get my cardio back? That's where we're going to get science involved. I'm working with the WOW Clinic to do some hyperbaric oxygen stuff.
Oh, cool.
So that's, hyperbaric, like it's basically, it's not blood doping, but it's like introducing more oxygen.
It's wild. I was talking to my friend Sam, who is going to go to Bali to do some hyperbaric.
Yeah.
Some hyperbaric stuff. It's a little bit cheaper in Bali for some of that really, really, really deep hyperbaric.
Oh, I'm sure.
Stuff that you can, just get your blood. It doubles your blood oxygen stuff.
Yep.
And then when you come out, now your body's like, oh, I need to like send all of my senses there. So now it like triples and doubles and makes it more and more and more.
Yeah.
I don't have enough information on it to be super.
I don't either. It's one of the things the doctors. Yeah, I know it's one of the things the doctors have recommended.
Concussion.
Yep.
What is it when the people get the brain injury?
Yeah, TBI, traumatic brain injury.
Yeah, CTE or something.
CTE is definitely the concussion.
That's like the NFL players, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see that NFL player break his ankle?
Oh, yes.
I heard he's going to play tomorrow or Saturday.
I'd be pretty surprised.
Have you seen those videos of him? Well, I'm going to make it. And he's in a wheelchair and he's got his eyes all crooked. And he's like, I'm going to come out there, because he's like kind of a knucklehead anyways.
Yeah.
Man, that's a bad break.
I don't know why we're still like, I don't know, with this. I don't know. I love watching football. My Broncos are doing great. I love seeing them succeed. It's just such a high impact injury sport.
Bro.
And they're devastating injuries. Like if this dude makes it back from that injury,
he'll be lucky.
I mean, he's going to spend, excuse me, he's probably going to spend a third of his paycheck while he's not playing,
trying to get better
so he can get back to playing, right? Yeah. Like that's an investment worth making.
Yeah. Do you think he's insured? He's got to be insured, right? His body parts have to be insured.
I would imagine at some level, right? I don't know how that all works.
They insure themselves.
Yeah.
But they do. But there's some sort of insurance.
Yeah.
Where you insure yourself, because he was a kind of a wild man.
Yeah.
He'd give zero shit about his body.
Yeah.
He tried to have his friends help him up. And they're like, whoa, stay down, buddy.
Your foot's the wrong way.
Your foot doesn't go that way. And it's dangling.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't do well with that kind of stuff. I get all queasy.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you're going to be done with this thing.
Oh, I mean, big things for both of us right now. You working your way out of work, and I'm working my way out of the hospital.
Yeah.
There's only one reason I'll miss going back to the hospital. There's a cool group of people that I've met.
Yeah. Do you see yourself going back there and volunteering and helping? Give yourself a little bit of a break from it.
No, I mean, I don't know what I do. I would just be in the way. The lady that I talked to, the social worker that I talked to, was also recovering from cancer, and she was really pushing it hard for me to come down and do her group.
Oh,
her group, and I'm like,
her cancer group.
Yep, I'm like, I'm in 2 already. Like, I think I'm grouped out.
Time's the one commodity I don't have.
Yeah.
Are you? And what about your job? Are you solid in it? Safe in it?
Yeah.
Feel safe?
I mean, for now, we'll see. It's business, right? If the government's not spending, it's generally an indicator that, I mean, we have big government contracts.
Yep.
So
Riley did so good today.
She did.
Riley. Hello, girl. Hello, girl.
She did.
She did awesome.
Pretty dog.
Yep. She did good today.
Yeah.
She was just down here hanging out, chilling. She was napping the whole time. Cool, man. Well,
yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Yeah, fun. What else? We got pig roast coming up. We're going to do that. That's going to be fun. We're going to celebrate.
Is it next Saturday?
Friday. So Friday when you get done, we'll just be up all night long.
Yeah.
Hanging out and celebrating for your recovery, unless you have plans already.
I don't have any plans. My kids will be back. I'm thinking about pulling them out of school for the day to come hang out with me.
Oh. Saturday is the pig roast. Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Coming up. Holidays are coming up.
Holidays. Just kind of buckle down and wait for the weather.
Winter.
Yeah.
It's already cold.
It's already cold.
It's cold, dude. It's cold right now. It was 22 when I left to work today.
I don't think we're going to get the snow either I don't know. That's the worst part for me, right? Like, I can deal with the cold if we've got snow or something. Yeah. If it's just cold for cold's sake, like that just feels like miserable.
Yeah, I don't like the cold.
Yeah. Anyways.
Cool, man.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Rise up, don't turn it back.